got news for you. Yes, I do. I'm like your angel of love, girl. I've come to see you through. So when you cry, let me wipe your tears. When you're scared, I wanna be there to calm your fears. When you're in need, baby, ring my phone. I'll run right over and we'll make love all night long.
Well, I'm sorry, I was caught up a little bit.
Oh yes, you were, weren't you?
I'm sorry. Excuse me, I was having a moment. That track, Dave, you don't know that, but that track belongs to me. Yeah.
Okay.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, that intro was A1.
That was a nice welcome back for you, man. I do appreciate that. Welcome back, gentlemen. It is time. Like Dion said, it's time. It's time. It's time. We are back. You guys have a good break?
Man.
Well, you know, after the show we did at McCormick Place at the expo and everything, you know, Robert and I had the phones ringing off. This is why we wearing the glasses. Because our glow up is so good and so bright right now until I can't even look at myself without these glasses on. As well as I've been to Vegas and the bags under my eyes are probably, you know, just gonna hide those.
Yeah, I would think that's probably more what's going on. That's probably more what's going on.
Hey, you know what? It's a long day. You know, I hadn't been to Vegas and worked in a while for Chippendales. I finally get back in the groove.
Oh, so Chippendales is specializing in dudes with love handles now? That's what they're doing?
Man, I feel like Johnny Gill.
I don't know. That might be you, Rob. I'm hearing like some really, really weird noise. You might want to turn your nipples down. Turn your volume down. Yeah. There you go.
We got nipples. We got Chippendales. Let's keep the body rolls to a minimum.
Robert's covered tonight. He's got no pasties on or nothing. He's covered. He's taped them down.
Hey, Raj and Keisha, you guys kind of monitor and see where that noise is coming from because it
Can you still hear it?
A little bit. It just sounds like it might be you because your mic is so hot. I don't know. Dave, are you hearing what I'm hearing?
I'm hearing the buzz. Yeah.
So figure that. While we figure that out, we would be remiss if we didn't do what was right and pay homage to our dear brother who is traveling the world, being great, but happens to have a birthday on today. And part of his gift to us was loaning us his brother, which we are always so grateful for because Dave Roberson is one of the dopest guests that we've ever had and dopest cats that we've come to know. So with some duality, happy birthday to Mel, the total gent, and welcome once again to Dave Roberson, one of our favorite guests, man.
You're always a pleasure, man.
Man. You always, man, bring something dope, man, and I can't wait to spend the next hour with you, man. Second order of business, we want to congratulate 220 Publishing for being nominated as Publisher of the Year. And congrats to the authors of Faith, Failure, and Success for being nominated for Outstanding Nonfiction by the African American Literary Award. So we want to give you guys your flowers while you can smell them. Our joint project, is that under the 220 Communications banner, Glenn?
Yep.
Lessons for the Little Boy, in which all of us except Dave are contributing authors on.
I just say you two did an amazing job. I've read it already, and Mel as well. The three of you did an amazing job. I loved and enjoyed every moment of reading what you wrote. And I can't wait for people to see how dope writers you both are.
I appreciate it, man. I really did.
Thank you, Jamie Gill, for putting it together.
Yeah, shout out to our own Jamie.
Thank you for that, Glenn. The check is in the mail. Thank you.
Okay,
appreciate
I know it, Rob. I know it, Rob. I know. You know it.
Yeah, Rob, I see what you're doing. You're unmuting when you speak, and that's definitely you, just so you know. I think if you bring your volume down a little bit, I think you'd be all right, though. You just want the world to hear you. That's all. We know everybody can hear you.
Well, you know, I got a big mouth, so I just want to make sure.
Hey, man, that's for the ladies to explore. That has nothing to do with me. But yeah, Lessons for the Little Boy is coming, man, and I I did my best to be as transparent as I could, Glenn. So I'm sure that's part of what you're referring to. And as my man Kelvin McGlynn would say, before I take it back, I add more to it. Lastly, congratulations to the Chicago Sky. Let's give them some love for their they have a finals appearance coming up, and so we always rep Chicago. I always rep Chicago. You know, as much as you guys move around, y'all rep Chicago.
Haven't been to the finals since 2014, and they lost it then, so got an opportunity to bring it home this time. So
yeah, man. And you know, before we get into the relationship return show, I do want to say, man, I'm so proud of the Bears for making a solid decision for a change, man, and starting the growth process of my man Justin Fields. I don't expect him to, you know, take us to the Super Bowl this year or anything, but I do think it's vital for him to get going, get started, show what he can do. He probably won't be Nagy's quarterback because Nagy probably won't last, but at least he will start to get going, man. And
he looked good. He looked good. I was at the game Sunday. He looked good. He's got a nice arm on him.
Yeah, I saw that you were there. And let me just say this to my dear black people. You know, let's enjoy our moments before we start undercutting them. You know, you celebrate Justin Fields. The first thing people say, well, you know, but Nagy got to go, and whoa. Okay, we know all of that. But can I taste this? Can I just savor this moment? This young black handsome gifted quarterback being given the helm. Can I just, you know, have that? That's all. All right, sure, man.
Chicago sports fans need every little moment y'all can get anyway.
Oh, now it's you, Chicago. Okay. All right. Hey, man, we got a lot to talk about. It's been a lot going on the 3 weeks or so, man, that we have been off. And I have to say, man, me and the dynamite producer Keisha Rose have bounced around so many topics, man. We don't need a new topic for the next 12 months. Me and we got it. Me and Keisha got it. But anyway, man, I want to come right out the gate with one of the most ridiculous posts that I've seen. And I don't know if I may have actually copied the actual post. But what it says in paraphrasing is that it's a woman speaking to a man. And she basically says, if I cheated on you, it is because you lack something in a man that I need. So don't be upset with me. Find out what it is the man I cheated with has that you don't have, and up your game. Keisha, you can pop in the chat and make sure I'm paraphrasing it to a safe degree. But that's basically what it says. If I cheated on you, it's your fault for what you lack. You need to figure out what it is you lack and apologize. I think it even said apologize for being short, not short like 5'7", but being short in your game and step your game up.
That's bold.
That's Dave. That's bold. Bold. That's dysfunctionally bold. So talk to me, man. Have you ever encountered, man, you know, a woman that has that kind of mentality, you know, that would come at you like that?
Absolutely not. It's a short answer for me. So
just wouldn't stand it. Huh?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, first of all, who would ever cheat on Dave Rosen?
I don't know about that, but yeah, that's a bold one for you, man. So that's definitely Glenn. You got a couple drinks in. Tell us what you think.
Ooh, I like the way you did that, Dave.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
He caught me in mid-drink, too. Like, I couldn't even...
Right. So you can't deny it.
Yeah.
Look, Dave is a G. He know how this show go. He's like, it was an assist. It was a Magic Johnson assist. Like, it was a no-look. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a hard no for me. It's never happened to me. Nah.
So since Robert, we know it ain't happened to you because you know your love of life and everybody, you know.
But I am divorced.
All the ladies, no, Robert, you're divorced.
Really, Sean.
See, you had to go there, brother. See, we ain't seen each other in 3 weeks.
Because it's, you know, it's several of them, is my point.
Wow.
Well, well, if not that particular thing, I want to know what you think about a lady who thinks like that. Because trust me, there are some ladies who actually think like that. They think, hey, your desire is to your job is to meet every need that I have, and if you don't, I reserve the right to indulge somebody else because of what you lack, and you need to just step up your game. What you think? Hello, Ms. Woody. What you think?
Was that to me, Sean, or somebody
That
else?
was for anybody who wanted to jump in.
So
y'all all froze like we was watching the Avengers into the room.
I'll go after Rob.
Well, first of all, that ain't my woman. That ain't my type of woman. Because, if I'm stepping up to you, I'm making sure that I'm packed, I'm ready, I'm locked and loaded, so I don't have to worry.
Is that what you said? You packing? Is that what you told the ladies?
Well, I'm packing. I mean, yeah. I gotta...
No. Okay. Dial it back, gentlemen.
Okay.
Thanks.
See, we ain't seen each other, and I don't know for how long.
Hey, this is how it is. We've been away for a little while.
Right.
I'm coming out.
Yeah. I mean, I'm feeling some kind of way, but hey, here's.
You was packing. I'm sorry. You muted.
You're muted, Rob. You're so excited you muted yourself.
I know
how you did it.
That's packing are usually excited, Glenn. That's
I have not experienced that, so I can't comment on that, Sean.
I can speak to it. I mean, interestingly enough, my approach to relationships is not far from what she's talking about, in the sense that
this is gonna get good. Come on.
Yeah, in the sense that I approach it like I'm going to do everything so that there is not a need for you to go anywhere else. Now, the foundation for that, or the baseline to even do that with it has to be a certain kind of person, and not the type of person that this one is or sounds like, that would come out and say something like that. But somebody that is worth it. You definitely want to do everything that you can, so they don't feel like they have to go anywhere else. Now, nobody's perfect, so you're not going to hit every single thing. But when they see you making that effort, then you should be good to go.
You raise a great. Come on, Glenn. You raise a great point, Dave, that I want to touch after Glenn shares.
Yeah, this is just kind of classic victim blaming.
It is indeed.
That's really all it is, and that's and this behavior isn't limited to a man or a woman. People do that when they victimize you and then blame you for the foul stuff that they did. That's like a man beating a woman and saying, "Well, you made me mad enough to do it. It's your fault." So
sort of like the sort of like January 6th. Okay, but yeah. Hey man, that the way Dave delivered it made me think about something else. And I was having this conversation with somebody very recently. It's unlikely that you are going to find somebody that checks off every box, especially the more seasoned you become and the more you understand what it is you desire in a mate. It's going to be, and I'm not saying that it can't happen, but I'm saying that it becomes increasingly more difficult to find somebody that is going to check off every single box. So for me, there are nice to haves and there are needs to have. And so while, like Dave said, I try to be present and meet every need I can, especially if I'm feeling that person. But at the end of the day, there are some things that I gotta have and some things that would be nice for me to have, but I can live without them as long as I have the needs to have. Mm-hmm. And then behind that becomes the discipline of knowing that you are in a relationship, you gave your word, your loyalty is required in that covenant that you made. Because you're never going to stop meeting people that look good to you. You're never going to stop meeting people that turn you on or that spark an interest in you. But at some point, it has to be the commitment that you made to that person or the covenant that you guys share that makes you go, ooh, wee. Maybe if I wasn't married to Halle Berry, I would holler at you, That's kind of the way I see that thing. You like Dave said, you got to try to meet as many of the boxes as you can, but the reality is that's hard to do. So I have some things that I gotta have. Like, you're not gonna just talk to me any kind of way. Like that's a must have for me. That's not a nice to have. That's a need to have. You're not gonna talk to me crazy, and you're definitely not gonna talk to me crazy in public. You know,
Makes sense.
You got a flatulence problem. I can live with that.
But if you go do that and talk to me crazy, one of us got
yeah. You're not gonna have that. You know.
Now, Sean, the way you brought that up,
Dave, you're not gonna shit on me and fart on me. I'm quick tonight. I'm quick. Because I'm drinking LaCroix.
I'm gonna do the male thing. The opinions of Sean Mason
exactly
are not those of NDTV, 220 Communications, 220 Publishing, Wine Crawl, or anything else I got my name on.
Glenn, you interrupted Dave, who I would much rather hear from. Go ahead, Dave.
No, I was gonna say real quick. You brought up the flatulence as if that was something you could stand. I was wondering, is that just a thing that you can stand, or is it actually something that you kind of get into?
I knew that's where you were going.
Okay, Dave came ready tonight. Okay.
Yeah. He was sharp too.
We getting to know each other, and our viewership and everybody getting to know each other. You know.
No. I am saying that if you check off all the boxes. All the other boxes, I can take some farting.
Okay.
I can take some farting.
I got you.
Let's watch your diet, though. Try to make it less painful for me. You know?
Oh, my God.
Let's be a little considerate, right?
Yeah, easy on the broccoli.
Well, I like what you said about, there's always going to be somebody more beautiful and all of that. Like,
absolutely.
When I was with Janet, Hallie was there, but I was like, Janet, I'm faithful to you. Now, when Sanaa came along, I went on and cut that off because I knew where I was going.
Yeah.
That was different. But that was just a one-time exception.
So clearly, the lady of your life, truth is not a need to have because you're lying.
Next question.
Man, next question, man. And I have seen this, and I really want the ladies to chime in on this on the thread as best they can, man. What does it say about you and your relationship when your mate gives the impression that they're single when they're not in your presence?
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
What? Repeat that?
What does it say about you and your relationship when your mate moves around in a way that suggests they're single when they're not in your presence? And I know some people that move like this. I find it to be stressful, to be honest with you. But Robert, since I can see the beads of sweat on your forehead, so maybe you have more experience with this than we realize. But yeah, tell me what does it say about you, your mate, your relationship?
Well, it says a couple things. It says that I picked the wrong mate, or that I am acting in a way that doesn't provide some sort of security for her, that makes her think that she can go out and shake a tail feather, and all of that. So I think that's a tough one because I have literally not let her know that we are in a committed relationship or married, for that matter. And that's a problem.
So you said that it means that you aren't providing a security for her, meaning your mate?
My mate. Yeah.
Break that down for me. I don't quite understand the lens you're saying that through.
So if my mate is acting like she's single, I apparently have not told her or made it comfortable for her to know that her and I are in a committed relationship, and she doesn't need to go out there and act like she's single.
Okay, so let's remove the ambiguity because maybe you sense some ambiguity in the phrasing of the question. Let's say this is your wife, so there's no confusion about the level of relationship that you guys have. So now answer that question for me.
So when I saw that question, I thought about wife. So if it's wife, there's a problem. I married the wrong person. So because a vow is a vow to me, and that's really important, to me. So So if I find that somebody, we need to check each other and kind of say, hey, listen, wait, are we in a marriage or are we not in a marriage? You follow what I'm saying?
I do now. Yeah, I do now.
Yeah. So, I mean, in relationships, it's different, Sean, because, relationships, people don't necessarily, because you ain't put a ring on them, it's, you haven't locked them down, so to say, because they're still single. So their DMs can still be blowing up. You know what I'm saying? So, but in a marriage perspective, it's a little different. We need to have a conversation. We need to have a come to Jesus.
I won't harp on that because I want to hear from Dave and Glenn. But I will say, I understand how you stress the difference between a relationship and marriage. But I also say, I should be able to count on what you say out of your mouth. And so even if we are in a relationship, if you speak to me that fidelity is your desire and goal and your intention and your motivation and what you're doing, then I have the right to expect that from you, whether there's a license down at City Hall or not. That's just, my feeling. I kind of always feel like it's a cop out when people say I'm not married, because I want to say, well, what did you say though? What did you tell him or her? What expectation did you create with that person?
Before you go to Dave, but let me say this. Mm-hmm. So here's the cop out piece of it, Sean. With women and potentially with men, and because all of this is emotional. So and the emotional piece of it is the woman quickly will say, well, there's no ring here, so I can do what I want to do, particularly if they're not living together.
Yeah, but once she says that, then that's fine. You know what I'm saying? Like once she says that, then we know what we're doing,
right?
Jewelry or not. But
right.
Don't tell me you're doing that, and then when you get caught acting out, your rebuttal is, well, I don't have a ring.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's not fair. Let me hear from Dave.
Yeah. So I mean, I am married. In a situation, and for our situation, it's a real easy answer. Like, that's just not accepted, and neither one of us would do that. That's just not how we roll. However, I don't want to jump to judgment or conclusion. So, there are different types of situations and scenarios that people set up. So Gwendolyn in the chat mentioned, there's some Will and Jada-ish type of things, right? Some people have that relationship. I mean, real talk. Yeah. Some people have that relationship where that's the expectation. That's kind of what they do.
Get off, Dave, on flirting away from home, even though they know they're not going to close the deal.
Yeah, and that's what I was about to go to as well. I mean, it's just different ways to move in the world. Some people, professionally, that's just kind of how they network, and that whole flirting thing just kind of endears people to them and gets them closer. It's just kind of like liquid or fluidity. So. I could see where people can move that way, but I think at the end of the day, I mean, it comes down to you and your partner, how you all communicate, and how open you are to how you want to be. If it's a situation where your partner kind of knows that's how you roll, it's cool. But if you know that they just happen to be like seeing you in a place where you didn't know they were looking at you, would they be upset? Then that's where you kind of have a problem.
Mm-hmm. Glenn, talk to me. You've been quiet, Mr. Author Man.
I just was pouring another glass because y'all have made me open another bottle here in a minute. Tonight already, it's just 9:20. No, there's an agreement, and I think it really, there's a root cause. Here's the thing: it's a root cause too, and this is interesting. And I was actually going to talk about this because it was a good subject. I was listening to a podcast, and they talked about people doing things that they needed to do to get to where they wanted to go. And he was talking about fitness, but this could actually apply to life too. It's like you set a goal, you want a 6-pack or you want to lose 10 pounds. And then after that, there's nothing left. So a lot of people set a goal of I want to be married, but there's nothing left. And he talks about doing the work to set a life pattern, not a goal, but actually set a lifestyle. And some people go into things wanting to be married. So some women in a relationship may say, well, you know what? The door is open because you haven't put a ring on it, because they want the marriage. But they don't really know what they want. They don't really want the marriage. They just want marriage. They want that event. They're not ready for a relationship. So that's a sign when somebody's trying to do that and leave that door open. Now, when you're married, you do the things that are right and you do the things that are necessary. There are two roads you can take. in marriage. If that person's not doing what's right, then you do what's necessary and you leave them. That's what you have to look at it like. There should be no excuse, but you should see that pattern is what I'm saying before you ever get married to them. And you should identify that problem beforehand. And there's things you see, there are things you ignore.
Red flags.
Uh-oh. I think I triggered Rob. I'm gonna shut up now.
I think this is a relationship show. Rob gonna be triggered for the whole hour.
I think so too. But no, there are things you see. I mean, and we talked about Will and Jada. She told him she didn't want to be married to him. He married her anyway. Whose fault is that?
So Dana said that when she's really into the person that she's seeing or with, she doesn't see or can't see anyone else. I'm not challenging her on the fiber of that, but I don't think for me it doesn't work that way, because I firmly understand that I am never going to stop seeing women that I find attractive, ending up in conversations with women that I know have some commonality with me that I find exciting. I was talking to someone a couple of days ago, and I said the difference though is that for me, I won't stay with a woman who doesn't compel me because of that reality. Because if my woman compels me, then when I see these other women, or that random connection kind of feels like it's trying to happen, I can appreciate their beauty or their energy, but I can say, "Ooh, but I am good."
Yeah, maturity is appreciating without pursuing.
Absolutely.
I talk to a million beautiful women because all my friends are beautiful. Hello, all my friends. Yes, y'all are all beautiful. But that doesn't mean that I'm pursuing all
your male friends too. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you, man. I feel some kind of way, Glenn. Thank you. Appreciate
some of a female
upgraded my stock.
But y'all are kind of cute too. Okay, take that.
I'm gonna let you keep it to the females. I'm good. You
yeah, thank you.
I'm with you, Glenn.
Dave, I know I'm pretty. You ain't got it.
He pretty Ricky.
What they call
Ricky Fontaine.
Y'all are stupid tonight. Y'all are stupid tonight. But no, and also though, you got to think about it. We live in a social media world, and people think that you owe them an explanation. Like everybody you're dating, everybody you ever went out with, whoever you're talking to, whoever you're seeing, whoever you went for coffee with at Starbucks, because Robert goes to Starbucks, not Dunkin'.
That's right.
You had a drink with. I don't owe you anything on social media other than what I gave you. It's my page. It's a dictatorship, not a democracy. So I don't need to talk about my relationship. And some people talk too much about their relationship. So then they put it out there.
Some people live for it, man.
Right.
I read their posts and I pity them.
Right.
And don't get me wrong. I am 100% comfortable with somebody knowing that I have a solid thing going on and we cool and we happy and we post pictures and all that. I'm cool with that. It's not something that is the life's blood of my relationship.
Right.
Our relationship ain't gonna suffer because we don't have that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And I'm not giving Facebook fodder to say, ooh, they're not, and when it doesn't work out and they're like, oh, see, they was all in love last week with
and that's what I know.
I knew it wasn't gonna work. I knew she wasn't good for him.
Dude, I got a friend, he already on his third girlfriend and second wife in the last like 16 months. And
I swear I got some Facebook friends that every 2 months they post a new man and he's their new
dude. And it's like I didn't know the old one was gone.
You know, that's so funny that people do that in terms of posting pictures and I'm all in love and in next week they're back to I'm looking for a man. Right. Yeah, I'm finding me. There's this whole thing of finding Nemo.
Yep. You want a woman to take care of herself, leave her, because she's going to go get a new job, go take some classes, learn Spanish, and travel the world. And then you go back and get with her because she done improved herself then. She done rounded herself out by that time. Then you go get back with her, man. There's some advice for y'all.
Ain't nothing doper than a woman that's getting over her ex. Huh?
Yeah. She the flyest woman in the world. And I mean, she taking the pictures. She taking the slow pictures. She got the thing.
Hey, she taking
My
those
Aries,
Yeah.
my Aries brother.
You know it. She's taking a slow one in the wind. You know, all they do is roll down the damn window in the car. We know what y'all do, women. Like y'all, Beyonce, you ain't got no fan that's blowing your hair. You roll down the window on a windy day on Lakeshore Drive, and you going in there doing this, and the wind is blowing your weave. We know what y'all
with the duck lips, Glenn. With the duck lips.
Oh Lord, and the damn filters. I swear I'm gonna write Mark Zuckerberg. They need to get rid of those filters because it's false advertising.
Did you just say filter?
You know women, Rob, you know
women.
women put on those filters. Don't play.
See, Glenn, you had all of your beautiful friends on your team at first, and now you just turned them all against you.
No, I'm not talking
Sure
about my
did.
friends because y'all are beautiful without filters. So none of y'all need filters. If you're a
Oh,
friend of mine,
Yeah. Try to backtrack it. Thank you, Dave. Thank you.
I'm talking about the other women, not y'all.
Hey, man,
That's what I was going to say, Glenn. Thank you so much for saying that. Because, you know, the weaves, all the other stuff does not matter. You know, you are beautiful, women, just the way you are.
You are. And Rob's like 3 drinks in. So you're even prettier now.
I'm about to have another drink.
Hey, check it out. Usually I don't when I mention something that I see in the thread, I don't say the name of the person. And I don't know why I was led to say Dana's name, but I said Dana's name not realizing what Dana that was. And so I want to give her a shout out. This is the dopest little fashionista Chicago has to offer. If she would put her IG in the chat, I'll share with everybody. But she is, I mean, her play on outfits and being smart with dressing and that kind of thing, and the content on her page, man, is so insanely dope. I'd love to share it with the audience and give her a little love, especially for letting me call her out that way. Let me ask you guys another question, man. In the vein that we're in, I didn't say she dressed me. In the vein that we're in, is monogamy natural? And the reason that I asked is because I was watching Nick Cannon, who I don't think is the brightest dude. He's a talented dude. I don't think he's particularly bright. He's got about 8 kids by 8 different women. And he stresses that he doesn't think monogamy is really a trait that we should force ourselves to pursue. Now, my problem is that in supporting that statement, he says, you know, no other animals pursue monogamy, which I don't think is true, but I'm not an animal. I mean, you know, animals aren't equipped to assess a situation and say, well, you know, loyalty means this in this situation and it's valuable for this reason. You have a lot of people that say, they usually gender specific, say men aren't really groomed for monogamy. I never believe any human frailty is for one gender or another. Miss Diva, I'm coming there next, so you stay right there. But what do you guys think, man? Is monogamy a natural human experience? Is it an experience we force on ourselves for the payout? What do you think, Glenn? You're drinking and rolling your eyes.
I'm just saying.
Probably triggered, and so I'm going to go to Dave first because
Dave is the married guy here.
He's always the best equipped for the first answer out the gate. So yeah, come on, Dave. And you're the only married one on the panel, so it's appropriate that you take it first.
Yeah, I'm really wishing we had about a good 2 more hours for this show and this question specifically, and all the different paths, the multitude of paths it could go down. To start, is monogamy natural? There are parts of me that want to say no. So I'm a married man. I do not cheat. I'll throw it out there. I'm faithful to my commitment that we have, which is, you know, it's just us. I still do, like Sean was mentioning, have, you know, eyes where I can see other things and desires and all that kind of stuff. And I think, and I told my wife this even before we got married, for men, like you know, it's not about those desires going away. It's about the management of those desires. That's really what it boils down to. So don't think a man is bad because he may want this person or want that person. It's how does he manage it? Does he actually go out and do it just because he has those feelings? Then that's the problem.
Or because he double looks at a shapely lady that walks by. When we were when I was having the conversation a day or two ago, I likened it to a lady shopping for a red Fendi bag. I don't know if Fendi is the hot bag. Let's pretend it is. And she already has a hot red Fendi bag, right? But she goes into the store and she sees this dope red Fendi bag. And she has to make a decision because it has gotten her attention. And she has to think that thing through. Do I have the money in the account to purchase this bag? I already have a red Fendi bag. You know, you go through your reasonings and your justification for it, and then you make a decision. And I think meeting people and encountering people is the same way. You look at the value of that thing, you look at the value of what you have, and you go, okay, is the pursuit of this thing worth what already exists in my life? Because unlike that Fendi bag, you can take that Fendi bag and put it next to the one you already got. But you do that with your mate, and your mate is going to leave. And so you're going to sacrifice your existing mate if you mismanage this thing that compels you over here. So I kind of liken it like that. I don't know that it's natural or not, but I don't think it comes down to it being natural. I think it comes down to, like Dave said, it being about discipline.
Yeah, and you know, you talk about the difference between us and animals. Maybe animals go out and do whatever, but animals don't understand all the consequences of their actions the way the humans do.
That was the whole point, which is why that was a whack-ass comparison.
Yeah, so I mean, you got, you know, illegitimate babies, you got diseases, you got a number of things that we have to factor in to making that decision to step out or not. So it's a little bit different.
Keisha and Raj, I think y'all need to get Nick's ass on the show. I'm giving y'all that.
No, we don't need Nick on the show. Nick Cannon speaking on monogamy is like OJ speaking on marital problems.
The glove.
Like OJ speaking on keeping a marriage together, or Bill Cosby talking about the advantages of sedative drinks.
No,
so no, we don't.
Bill Cosby got his own bartending school. He got his own bartending school.
Yeah.
Raj, unless you're too triggered, because I don't think Glenn has really dealt with this yet. Robert, come on and talk to me about monogamy, man. What
Wait a minute, Robert put his shades on. Hold on.
I wasn't gonna say anything, you know. They're looking like what's it, Kenny Lattimore?
That he does.
Never too busy. I'm never too busy. So, you know, I think Dave, being a married person, has already spoken for us.
No. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're not doing that.
Nah, you're a mean host.
Have you been drinking already?
You're a bully host.
That green room stuff.
It's gonna be a long month for y'all because I'm having no alcohol in October.
Oh my God!
Long month for y'all. I'm not gonna be easy to get along with. So, Robert, answer the damn question.
Hell, I forgot what the damn question was.
Is monogamy natural? It wasn't even a long question.
Monogamy is not natural. It should be. It should be natural, because we, you know, for me, I can't juggle all these different women that are in my inboxes. So
DM's crazy.
Yeah.
DM's on fleek.
Dave, you hear me?
All right, so when that's it, I'm going for a refill.
So for me, you know, monogamy is important. You know, I've been married before. You've already talked about it. Yes, monogamy is a choice, and so we have to stick to that choice. And I believe in marriage. I believe in, you know, the vow of that. So, you know, I want to, you know, the goal is to get married again. Don't come at me, Sean. I know it's been 3 times, but, you know, whatever, you know, you just have to keep going until you get it right. So that's the thing. You didn't came at me, so I'm just saying, you just keep going until you get it right. And so I think that there's some things that Robert has to do. I'm in therapy, but there's some things that I have to do to make sure that I get it right.
And you know what? One thing I thought
you
was
never did answer the question, dude. But go ahead, Dave.
No, I was just gonna say real quick. One of the interesting things that came out of the whole Will and Jada situation is they talked about, marriage shouldn't be a prison, and
yeah, that hit me a certain way though, Dave. I'm like, is that what we think it is now?
Well, what I think is it can be that way if you create a situation where people can't express themselves and express their feelings. So if, for example, with me being a man and, we talked about you have these desires, they don't go away. Am I supposed to just hide it? Am I supposed to act like it doesn't exist? If so, that's where that prison element comes in. I start feeling more oppressed. And then that's when people start to act out because nobody just wants to be in a cage for the rest of their lives. So I think that's when we talk about monogamy being natural, there may be some elements of it not being natural, but within your situation, like how free can you express yourself?
Right.
And you may not even need to step out if you can stay home and really just talk through everything that you're feeling.
Right. And there's some societal elements to that too, because people they look at marriage and treat it like a confinement. How do women, you guys, the ones that are single, what do people ask you? No woman's caught you yet. Well, damn, if they got to catch me, what are they doing? Using a trap? What, a bear trap? What?
Well, they say
a bear trap.
Decide you want to get married?
They say a man chases a woman until she catches him.
I mean, they do call it the old ball and chain, right?
Yeah, they call it the ball and chain. There you go. Another one. It's the language. And somebody mentioned concubines and multiple wives and stuff. You know who started that? A man, because he wanted more women. So he figured out a rule to make to be able to marry multiple women. So I don't know that that's natural either. I think that's just a human desire to do what you want to do. So, yeah, but I don't think cheating is something that should be justified by saying we're mammals and we should be able to do that because dogs do it. Really? That's how we're looking at it these days? Nick?
So I feel like a real seasoned comedian right now.
We had a litter. I mean, everybody else needs to have one.
Because the real seasoned comedians, they know how to circle back and keep certain bits of the show current as they go, right? And so this takes me back to where we were originally with a mate who's moving around as if they are unmarried. What starts to constitute cheating in that scenario? Like is flirting cheating to some degree? Is it simply disrespectful to the committed man or woman? Is it foul because it is a misrepresentation of your mate? Like I have a huge thing about the way I represent my lady out in the street, because I don't know who's watching who and who can misinterpret what they're seeing. So I have a real problem with that. So I'm always really conscious when I'm in a relationship that I carry myself like I'm in a relationship.
Well, we need to ask Rob this, because when you took Sanaa Lathan from me, how is that happening? Because I was with her and you just took her from me. Y'all cheating. How'd y'all do it?
Yeah, so I'm wondering about that too, because Sanaa and I just talked in my head.
Yeah, I talked to her too. She told me she hated both of y'all.
That's not what she told me.
Get over me. That's all. They all hate me.
That's not what she told me. But
step over your dead body, Glenn.
It's not what she told me.
I know some other exes that probably wanted to do that. One to bring the plastic, and one to drive the car, and one to bring the shovel. You know, that's.
I feel like I need to put the shades back on for this portion of the show.
Right. They all got arrested because they had Home Depot receipts in their purses from all the stuff they bought to kill and bury you with. But like Gwendolyn said, that conversations are the start of cheating. What is it? To what degree of indulgence are we looking at before we have run afoul of our relationship? You know,
how indulgence? You got all these big words tonight, and I've been drinking.
Yeah, you just been drinking, because that's not a big word. Yeah, you just been drinking, Rob. That's not a big word.
Yeah, it's not that big, Rob.
Yeah.
It's 3 syllables.
It ain't as big as the package you was talking about earlier. Anyway. Dave,
Now,
I'm on tonight. I'm on.
Don't come for me in my package.
Dave, this is not the night.
Clearly.
Yeah, don't come for me in my package. But here's the thing. So here's the thing about, flirting, the perception of cheating. We're talking about it, Sean, but today people have video, they have, pictures and things like that they post.
Ask Urban Meyer.
Yeah, so it could be innocent, right? So if I'm out with somebody and somebody takes a picture of me having a conversation with another woman, they don't know that woman is a cousin.
Well, is your hand on her ass?
Never.
Well, then it shouldn't be a problem if
Yeah, but no, that's not even the judgment of it though, because somebody, and it's a perception. We had this conversation before. You can say something nice to somebody in their DMs, and they will run tell their girlfriend that you was off in their DMs trying to get with them.
Which is why I have, dude. I swear for red beans and rice, which is why I have always been the dude.
I like red beans and rice.
Who has been
swearing over red beans and rice? That's sacrilegious.
Hey man, you just about have to send a homing pigeon to my crib, because if you're nice to me, I just think you're being nice to me. Like I don't interpret that. And I've had this problem since I was in high school. My platonic female friends would have to help me and say, she was flirting with you, and I go, what? Like Dave Chappelle said, what? Word?
Can I say somebody looks beautiful? Am I trying to get with you? No. I just said all my friends look beautiful. I ain't trying to get with none of them. They can attest to that. I've told people they were beautiful, but it wasn't like, oh, you're beautiful, I want to get with you. It's you're beautiful, and there's a period there, meaning that's the end of the sentence. That's the end of the conversation. That's a complete thought. And that's all there is to it.
Would you compliment a lady that way if you were with your lady?
Yes.
Yes.
And I
absolutely.
More that I'm with my lady, because my lady always knows she's beautiful to me. I constantly tell her, so I have free reign to say somebody else is beautiful, because she knows I'm gonna say she's beautiful first.
Dave.
Exactly. That's the Aries in you, brother.
That's what we do. That's right.
Dave.
I'm sorry.
Dave, with you being the only married brother, would you, in the company of your wife, tell a woman how beautiful she was?
So you phrase that a certain kind of way.
Without getting hit in the head.
There was no existing relationship. I ain't talking about we at dinner and you at dinner with the cave staff and Keisha Rose sits down and you go, Keisha Rose, you look so beautiful tonight. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about a random, it's a trap, a random woman that you don't have any existing relationship with. You're with your wife. Would you tell her she was beautiful?
Yeah, so you just asked two different questions. The last one, I'm more inclined to say yes. The first time you said, would I tell her how beautiful she is?
Well, I meant
so going into them details, that's gonna get you killed.
Yeah, period. Put that period on it.
Yeah, there's a situation where you just beautiful. It's different ways it can come across. So if it's like lusty or something like that, obviously that's inappropriate. But I mean, my wife is one who can appreciate a woman's beauty. So whether it's, because she's got a certain ethnicity about her, or, maybe it's something about her that compliment can go a long way. The thing about me and my wife is, there's trust established to the point where she knows my intentions and kind of knows where I would go. So most likely it wouldn't be a problem. But if it was, she would say something and we,
Yeah, but that's the whole thing.
Get you right together.
Right, she can right together.
That's the complete thought. And man, if you're gonna do that, make sure you're dating a beautiful woman so you can make this easy on yourself. And make sure you surround yourself with beautiful. This is Glenn's lesson for men. I'm gonna start the show.
Hey Glenn, I was also gonna say, if my lady and I were together and say we're having a conversation, and my lady says, "Oh my God, she's beautiful," and then we end up interacting with the lady, then I would be very comfortable saying, "You're such a pretty lady." My lady and I were just saying. Now she might think I'm trying to pick her up for the playroom.
She's a little freaky.
Threesome.
Right. Yeah. I gotta be careful.
My lady said you're beautiful.
No.
You're beautiful.
No, I would say we were just talking about how beautiful you are.
I like your ponytail. That's.
I would do it in that context. I want to pull your ponytail. Because I dated somebody one time that used to habitually compliment men when we were out, and I didn't like that shit.
Yeah. Now, if it goes overboard, it goes overboard. Because like if I go, "Ooh, she's beautiful," see, that's the wrong way to say it.
Like somebody saying, "I like that shirt," versus "I like that shirt on you," or "that shirt looks nice on you," or "that shirt." Those are two very different compliments.
Right. Lust
she can say
comes
she
out.
like that shirt and then ask you where you got it so she can give me one. But
Right.
if she said, "I like that shirt on you," the way it ripples and hugs your muscles. You know what I'm saying? Like it's.
I had a coworker and he made a joke about it because his wife liked my cologne, so she made him buy the cologne. So every time I saw him, "Hey, Glenn, I'm wearing your cologne that my wife liked."
Right.
So he was okay with it, but making your wife making you buy the cologne kind of just made it worse. But you can hear the lust. I'm sorry, lust comes out like, "Ooh, she's beautiful." You sound like you were 14 years old. Then you probably fucked up.
Yeah, I'm not. See, I'm not going to say those kind of things because I'm into the church. So,
wow.
Glenn, I feel some kind of way. Did you laughing like that?
You into the church?
I feel some kind of way that you said you.
That don't even sound sincere, Robert. I'm into the church. What does that mean? Like building them, cleaning them?
He ran into a church. He jumped the curb and ran into a church.
In the parking lots. Like I don't know what that means. I'm into the church. I don't. You into the color of the church?
He like
the church. I don't
see.
He liked the painted windows.
With the stained glass window.
I'm gonna go back on mute because you all have, I haven't seen you all in a long time.
Welcome to the fall season, everyone. It just gets worse from here.
Hey man, but y'all have made it easy to segue through the topics that were on deck tonight because I'm getting ready to do a no look again and ask you now.
Here we go.
About the effects of cheating.
About what? Cheating or Jesus?
I thought this was a relationship show. This sounds like the damn cheating show. I didn't sign up for this, Sean.
Well, you got to be in a relationship to be cheated on.
Because you're assuming that we're cheaters.
I need a meeting because Sean's
I'm asking your opinion about the effects and impacts of cheating. Can you recover from cheating? Is that the end? I'm sure for some that might not be the end of the road, but for some, that's the deal breaker. So Sean was paid.
So let me go first before Dave gives his commentary on cheating.
Dave sounds simple. The rest of us sound like damn fools tonight.
Because Dave is being male. He's being the voice of reason tonight.
No, Dave sounds like he was on the show strictly so that we had some supervision and a legitimate intellect on the show tonight.
So Dave has not hit the mute button for you, me, or Glenn tonight. So I think that let's be real. The men that are on this show tonight do not believe in cheating. We believe in healthy relationships. And in the goal of the healthy relationships is so that we can move the bar, so that we can move the relationships further, so that we can be in a place where Dave is today, that we can be married. So, if we see beautiful women, we're going to, compliment you on the beautiful, your beauty. But we're not necessarily trying to say that we want you if we're in the presence of the woman that we're with. So I am Robert Hazard, Jr.
And I never answered Sean's question.
So yeah, but I think that it's important to know that we believe in healthy relationships where we move to a place that that we can have some good relationships and that move towards marriage.
What Robert said.
Yeah, which wasn't the answer to my question. So I'm going to read a quote from you for you guys, and I want you to address it specifically, Robert.
I hate when he's prepared. I'm like,
He is prepared. He didn't have a month to prepare these questions.
He got
So
all hosts like, now you are a professional. Now
I need to ask what are you drinking? Because you didn't had all these questions. This isn't the Sean that we normally know.
I know he conferencing.
Are you triggered, Robert?
They going over.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
She's like, oh, me and Sean went over questions. We got a list. Sean's got a list.
And it's 40 of them, and Robert ain't answered one of them.
You changed, Sean. We need a new host.
We need a new host because you have, man.
So listen, I'm gonna read a quote to you, and I want you to tell me what you think about it. Damn it. This is paraphrasing. My mom said, stick with the guy that loves you, not the guy you love. The guy that loves you will go to the end of the earth for you, but the guy you love will only love you on his own terms. She's always said a woman can grow to love a man, but a man either loves you from the start or doesn't. Because you're not acting right, Robert, I'm going to ask Glenn first. Tell me what you think about that.
I get to go first on this?
Yeah, because y'all give me a hard time. They the only person giving me some love tonight.
Can I pull my executive producer card? Not answer?
No, you can't.
Okay, I'll just ask. I'll go check and see. I always try to check. I try it every now and then.
Yeah, because you're not the only producer.
So the question was, stick with the man who loves you, not the one you love.
You need me to read it again, Glenn?
No.
I know you've been traveling. Stick with the guy that loves you, not the guy you love. And then they explain, that.
Yeah, no woman's going to do that. I'm sorry. Women love who they love, and if they don't love you, they don't love you. It is the hardest thing in the world to do is to get a woman who doesn't love you. I've heard the hardest thing in the world to do to get a woman who doesn't love you to convince her to love you. You don't learn to love people. You either love them or you don't.
Do you think that is specific to women? See, I think that because these are heterosexual men speaking, that it is natural for us to put that in the vein of women because that's what we date. But I think that if it was for women, they could say the same truth about men. And so
no, I'm using my feminine side. There's a woman inside of me. She's a lesbian, but there's a woman inside of me.
Yeah,
she loves women too.
Yeah, I'm a lesbian too. I get
yeah, so no.
Let me be a lesbian too.
It's hard to learn to love somebody, and if you're a man, it's hard to learn to love somebody. They have to have one hell of a package of traits that appeal to you to make you learn to love them.
Well, I think it's part of that old school teaching that used to actually exist. That used to tell people, both men and women, the person that loves you more than you love them is the person that's always going to treat you the best. And so people used to actually be told, if you head over heels in love with somebody and you don't feel like they is head over heels in love with you, run the other way. Because you want somebody that's head over heels in love with you, to take care of you. And that's something that I know for sure, at least in our culture, used to be taught. Now, I will say this, and I'm going to be transparent. The times in my life when I have been head over heels about somebody, I felt vulnerable as hell. And those were also the times that I got my heart dragged through broken glass. And that had been doused in gasoline.
Oh, I totally agree. The person there was, being real transparent.
Yeah.
Buddy, I was totally like she had me at hello.
Yeah.
But there was nothing I could do to keep that person until I got with somebody else. And then I became the most amazing man in the world.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But so I think there's the vulnerability in He shut me all the way down.
DJ Curry, you are expelled from the room.
We lost a classmate this week. Actually, end of September, TJ Big Trib from down at school. But anyway, those were and here's the thing, man, and I'm speaking strictly from me. Though that vulnerability is so frightening and it makes you feel so much at risk, right? Because you have to trust this person with the access that you know they have. They may not even understand how vulnerable they make you feel.
They
and you have to trust them with that access. But here's the reality. If you're going to get that good, it's got to be something that makes you feel vulnerable.
But think about it. The people that hurt you knew more about you than anybody.
They had to.
They had to be able to hurt you.
And you had to care about them, because the more you care about them, the more equipped they are to, to drag you through.
Right. And men, I hate to say it, men don't get over it well. Mel always talks, you know what you did. Mel always, that's his whole thing. That's his mantra. You know what you did, but I get it. I totally get it. It's like I forgot what side my heart beats on now because some women hurt me so bad.
But look, I think,
but they're in your household, Glenn. They're in your household, so you shared vulnerable moments with them.
Yeah.
So they know, it's like they know what buttons to push.
But I think there's a very common sense reason why men don't handle it as well. And I don't like to separate the genders, but there are times when I think it's just appropriate. And I think men don't handle it well because little girls are taught from the time they're little that they're going to kiss some frogs because before they find their prince. They're taught early that the home run isn't going to come right away. You're gonna meet some raggedy ass dudes before you meet the one that makes you forget all the raggedy ass dudes. Men aren't taught that. Men are taught you go out and you find your princess and it's going to be all right. They don't tell you, no, it's going to be a few girls named Bonquisha that's going to drag your ass down around Expressway and stomp on you and have you bitter by the time you're 25. They don't.
Right. You're going to be pissed off. You're going to be pissed off at a lot of women before you meet the right one because you're mad at that one. Yeah.
So I think a lot of young men get blindsided by the reality of heartache and heartbreak, and they don't always recover from it. Young girls are waiting on it.
Because we're told to man up
early that it's coming.
Right. We're told to man up and you'll get over and you'll find another one. You get that advice from some wrong dude who's been single for 75 years.
75.
The wrong damn advice. You just go find you another woman and you'd be okay. Because that's what I did. And that's why I'm not married and old and got diabetes and about to lose the leg. And nobody to take care of my old stupid ass. So that's what you said because we listen to people like that. That's why.
But I also think just like when we did the expo and Mel was brilliant, and he said that young boys aren't taught that their sexuality is a prize the way young girls are. They aren't taught to covet it and that everybody shouldn't have access to it. Young boys are taught to, man, go water every damn thing you can water, and young girls aren't taught that. And so to me, that begins to build on the fact that what you have in terms of that space isn't as valuable because nobody's telling you to save it. They're telling you to go give it wherever you can give it. Go give it. Whereas little girls are telling, you want to save it for somebody that cares for you. So the programming begins so early. And so I think that even the programming that will equip you for being hurt began so early, man. And so, dude, I was 22 years old. Well, actually, I was 21 the first time that I had my heart broken. Got out the car and saw my that's too much. Saw my girlfriend walking down the street holding hands with another dude, and it was a dude I knew, and I was devastated. Now, to her credit, eventually she went on to marry him, but that didn't
make you feel any better. Like, I'm happy for them.
It didn't last.
I don't care about their happiness.
It didn't last. I could only justify it for a while.
Yeah.
It's like like the team that beat your team early in the season. You're not as mad if they win.
And Robert can relate to this. I'm an Aries. The only thing that makes me feel better is if you gain 200 pounds and had kids. Then I'm happy for you. If you still hot and you left me, then I'm like, forget you. I ain't trying to be happy for you. And you fall on hard times, and I'm like, oh.
And
I'm thinking about it.
And then think about it this way.
In me comes out.
Wait a minute. Then think about it this way. Then my next relationship had the same component. So imagine what that could do. Imagine what that could do to a young man, right, who hasn't been prepared for the fact that this is your reality. This is a possible reality. You know, young ladies are prepared for that as a possible reality. And I won't lie to you, it was several years, man, before I think I cleared that.
I joined church after somebody broke up with me.
I was a long
time ago.
Hey,
but I needed Jesus for real, and maybe that was his way of getting me back to church. It might have been him working on it.
If I gave you the details on mine, y'all would all be getting in your car and driving over here now trying to give me a hug.
I was an altar boy, Glenn. I was an altar boy in the Catholic Church when Felicia broke up with me, wouldn't let me carry her books.
Felicia's are wrong.
Man,
Felicia, I don't want to mess with you.
I'm just saying, this is, I'm going back to my childhood days. Yes, it was childhood. And man,
there's some girls, if your name is a certain name, I won't even date you.
That's actually where the phrase "Bye Felicia" came from. Just so you know, fun fact.
Robert,
is it?
No.
See, I needed to know that, Dave. If you had told me that a long time ago, when I was in grammar school and Felicia broke up with me.
Hey man, I went some years not dating a woman that only had 4 letters in her name. I was like, nope, I ain't gonna be able to do it. Y'all
seriously, there are some names that will trigger you right now that if you heard them,
oh my God,
it's like a song taking you back to a spot, a place and time.
Oh my God.
Hey, let me ask this question, guys. I know this is off topic, but I need to ask this question. Do zodiac signs mean anything? If they're like Virgos or
Aries.
Or something like that. Does that mean anything? Or yes, Scorpios?
Robert, never date an Aquarius, Robert, because they throw water on your damn fire sign. They are evil. They're the devil. They are a spawn of Satan. I'm convinced.
Well, just Aquarius women, I take it. Hello.
Just the women.
Okay, thank you.
Just the women.
Thank you.
I am not going to ask you why you got kicked out, Glenn.
Right.
I don't know who
on cue.
Whose wife is an Aquarius. I did so wrong. There's gonna be a meeting after this one. I might not be back on the show. Sean always talking about it. I might get kicked off my own show.
I've been trying to get you kicked off for a year, so
it finally worked.
It's something about Virgos. I just want you to know.
Virgos, really? Now those damn Leos, you love them, you hate them, and then you love them again. That's all I can say. And Cancers. Well, yeah, I like Cancers a lot.
Yeah, I don't know.
What's the is it God, I can't think of it. Is it Taurus? They're the bulls
like
too.
Aries though, and dating an Aries is like a nuclear explosion. What is it?
It is an experience, ladies.
Yes,
you need to sign up for it. I'm just going to tell you, it's an experience.
You made me choke, Robert. Okay, should we do the cuffing season song?
I think we I'm a fan of Taurus, but I'm gonna leave it right there.
Taurus is something different, Sean. Taurus and Aries, Glenn, talk about it.
Aries is like
Leos. I ain't gonna lie. I give Leos a side eye.
It's like a Scorpio.
Damn lions. Yep. All the time.
I've had some Leo experiences that left me with the chronic side eye. Yeah. So, Lynn, are you quarterbacking the
Yes, I am.
Playlist? You gonna?
Yes, I am. Dave, you've never participated in this segment, but we do a Live from the Cave playlist that I put up on Spotify. So, in honor of it being fall and it's our fall debut, our fall premiere, we want to do a cuffing season playlist. Something to help the women and the men along the way if you need a little mixtape to play while you're entertaining your dates, drinking wine, or you just listening to it yourself, or just watching reruns of our show because you enjoy us so much. So there's 4 of us, so we need a good list here. 3 songs from each of you that would be your cuffing season song.
Ladies, send me some songs right now because I can't remember.
So we will start, Dave.
So I would imagine, though, the culture of a cuffing season song would be that it is a romantic and positive song, because I like some heart-wrenching, kind of stuff.
Yeah, it can be. You can do 3. You can do 1, which is the courtship, 2, which is the romance, and 3 is the anything goes. That's how I put my list together.
Okay, so 3 can be the breakup.
I was thinking more of the let's get down to business song.
All right, well, don't come to me first.
I knew it. Dave, you think you can come up with 3 pretty quickly? If not, I can start off.
You can start.
Mel Roberson of Melevation. Mel Roberson is that guy. He's a DJ, a lover of music, but he's also more than that. Mel Roberson is that guy that doesn't just sit around doing nothing, putting his feet up and relaxing. He actually gets things done. Travels the world, not just for himself, but for other people to help motivate. Mel is a member of Kappa Alpha Psi, successful businessman, model, actor, and oh yeah, he works out. Happy birthday. Love the gold tie.
Oh, this is so fun.
Way to come in, brother. Way to come in.
Y'all up here trying to do a music list without me.
Right, I was gonna say,
man, you are the music master. You are the music master, ladies and gentlemen. Mel Roberson.
What up, everybody?
What's up, man? Happy birthday to you, man.
Thank you.
Your brother has held us down like the Robersons do.
Absolutely.
He shine like he does every time he's here. You having a good time? And anything you want to say to the listeners and viewers, man, since you weren't with us and you're out of town, what you want to say to the people as you come back?
Well, thank you all for allowing us to get some rest and taking a few weeks off and being loyal and coming back in and hanging out with us. Thank you to Raj for that amazing introduction.
It was amazing.
It was dope.
That was awesome.
And thank you to all of our viewers that rock with us consistently, and you know that I'm just more awesome than Glenn. So it's great.
Man, the thread
those lies that you tell.
The thread is swamped with happy birthdays to you, brother.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. So everybody's giving you love on this 4-5, and we can't wait, man, for you to get back with us for the whole show. You gonna hang out with us for the rest, or you just popping in?
Yeah, man. I heard bits and pieces of. I was trying to get on. I heard bits and pieces of the list. So what's the list for the songs tonight?
It is the cuffing season list.
It's cuffing season list. So your romance
cuffing season list.
Yes, it's the play. Yes, fall.
So you put together the list, Mel. I mean, you do the stuff. We just talking stuff. We don't know how to put these lists together, man. You do it.
If somebody is writing the songs down,
we're writing them down.
Glenn's writing them down, and now we get a double Roberson entry on the list. Dave can give us 3, and Mel can give us 3.
Yeah, we need 3 songs.
I'll put it up. Y'all might mess around and get lucky if y'all got Roberson picking the songs.
Yeah.
Hey, that's the goal,
Yeah, I'll load it up on Spotify, Mel.
And I'm bringing the heat, so y'all better come with it.
Okay, so just
okay, man.
Okay. And I thought you gave caveats.
I just kind of threw them in for Sean because Sean need that guideline.
I already got my 3. I just needed a hot second. That's right.
So I could say you could do the courtship, the romance, and whatever you want after that.
Courtship, romance, and smashing.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for the translation, brother. Thank you.
I like some old depressing stuff sometimes, so I needed the guidelines.
All right, so who's starting?
I can go first if you need me to, because I got mine.
Go ahead. Go right ahead, Sean.
All right, so my courtship is Calvin Richardson, "Be Your Friend." That's my current favorite song, actually. So, then what was it? What was the steps, Mel? Courtship, what?
Romance, smash.
Then for the romance, it's a song by her called "Comfortable."
Yeah.
And then for the smash, and I'm finna hit y'all for the blindside y'all with an old classic from Isaac Hayes called "A Few More Kisses to Go." What you say? Yeah. We got one more. No, two more. We got a few more. Ooh, kisses to go.
All right.
Woo!
So here we go.
That
All
made
right,
me warm. That made me warm in places, Dave. I don't want to talk.
We see. You got steam coming out your cup.
I do.
All right. So my first one, producers are writing these down. I'm gonna go with a B-side that y'all probably haven't heard. Jodeci, My Heart Belongs to You. No. I'm sorry. That's not the first one. The first one is Anita Baker, Lead Me Into Love.
Okay.
The second one is Jodeci, My Heart Belongs to You. And then the third one, I'm thinking old school. So if it's Smash It or is it Anytime, Any Place by Janet, I got to go on with the X.
You always got to put some Janet in there.
No, but that's the song though. Now
Janet ain't thinking about you, Otis.
All right, who wants to go next? Where'd you go, Mel?
Oh, I'm not. I thought I was there. I was
That's
doing
all right.
something.
Yeah, that's all right. You ain't got to.
We don't explain, please, sir.
Hold on. Let somebody else go. I need to find out the name of this one song.
All right.
Gladys Knight, The Making of You.
All right. You know the original is Curtis Mayfield.
That's Curtis Mayfield.
It is Curtis Mayfield,
No,
but
Gladys Knight covered it though.
He covered
but
it.
I love the way Gladys does it.
Okay.
So I'm trying to come up with some Maxwell. No, hold on, let me come back.
Till the Cops Come Knocking is a good one.
Add a little sugar, honeysuckle land, a great big expression of happiness. That Makings of You is
good song. That's some lyrics.
Man, from Claudine.
Somebody said Pussy Fairy. I ain't gonna say who, but somebody said we are.
Oh yeah, Janae Aiko. Oh yeah. I'm sorry. I heard that song. I heard about that song. I don't know it.
Yeah, I don't know it.
I don't know it.
I'm curious about meeting a Pussy Fairy though. That's
Y'all crazy.
Oh my God! So let me pull up some either Lettucey or
pulling up stuff. Let's go to Dave. While Robert is scrolling through his
audience, you can throw out some names too. I might change my Janet Jackson.
Yeah, come on, give us something, audience. Because I can't remember right now.
Wait a minute, actually, I'm gonna change Janet. Change that producers Till the Cops Come Knocking by Maxwell.
All right. So y'all been hitting the old school pretty hard, so I feel like I got to represent with the new school and just kind of balance it out a little bit. But as far as courtship goes, I'm going to go with Earth Gang and Tiana 9 Major. It's a joint called Collide.
Oh, my God.
I heard that.
Yeah. Sean, you already know. Yep. You already know.
Crazy.
Yep. Yeah. So on the courtship, we take it there, bring people together.
I like it.
And then as far as romance goes, it's a newer joint than that. There's this cat named Leon Bridges, and the song is called Details. If you haven't heard it, go check it out. Well, make sure you check out the Spotify playlist that we're about to create. It'll be on there. But Details by Leon Bridges.
I like Leon Bridges. I don't think I've heard that
song. Yeah, I'm hip to
I haven't heard that song, but I do like him a lot.
Dope young brother with a little throwback vibe to him.
Right,
the song is banging. So check it out.
All right.
And then the last one, as far as the smashing goes, I am gonna bring it back to the old school, just so y'all recognize I can flip between generations and all of that good stuff.
Come on, Dave.
You better be able to.
I'm gonna take it to the Isley Brothers. Not just any song from the Isleys. It had to be one that had a part 1 and a part 2 for all of the smashing.
Oh, I know this one. I know this one.
Because there's a few of them, Glenn. I don't know if you know, but we're gonna go to Sensuality.
Okay.
I knew you were
thinking Atlantis for a minute there. I was thinking Boys to Atlanta.
Now some of these have been on other playlists before, but they are worth repeating.
That's fine.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about just that have been named tonight.
Oh yeah.
Can I jump in?
Go ahead.
Let me
Age before beauty, Robert. Yes, sir. Go ahead. I know y'all.
What can I say? Let me So my DMs have been saying, Luther, so amazing. So here's Jacqueline. So Jacqueline says, the Ohio Players, Heaven Must Be Like This. That is
That's one
got
of my skating jams right there.
Oh my God!
That's one
Right,
of my skating jams.
man. I'm a big wheel.
Hey Mel, did I repeat?
It's all good, brother. It's all the lists have been dope. All right, so
Because I thought I might repeat it comfortable. I was like, I can pull another one, but I know I did Grateful by Mahalia before, but I didn't think I had done comfortable.
And
so
Rob,
because it's my birthday, I get to get 4 songs.
Go right ahead.
Go with the bonus.
All right.
Birthday,
So Courtship, I'm gonna go new school. There's a song called Eternal Light by the Free Nationals.
I got it.
Mm-hmm.
I got it. It's dope.
Yeah.
It's instrumental, ain't it?
No.
That's it's on my new miscellaneous list.
Free Nationals are dope too. The Free
For
Nationals
romance, I'm gonna go Ooh This Love Is So by I'll Be Sure.
Oh, old school. 80s. I'll Be Sure.
Oh my God.
For Smash, I'm gonna go Lose Control by Silk.
Wow.
Oh, Let Me Lick You Up. No. What was it?
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. Okay.
Yeah.
That's the one. Let me lick you up and
it don't quite sound like that, Robert.
It don't start like that.
My wild card.
I've been drinking.
My wild card is No Rhyme or Reason by Eddie Kendrick.
Oh, you went 70s old school. Okay.
I was kind of born in the 70s, even though that song didn't come out in the 70s.
You were born in the 60s, really, but you just want to tell us.
70s. I'm younger than you, Glenn. It's okay. It's okay. I'm younger and wiser, but it's okay.
Just this much. You didn't see my Secrets from the Cave today, did you?
He did.
I did not.
Okay, I love you, Mel. Let me just say I love you, brother. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'll get you back. It's okay. It's okay.
And congratulations on the new movie. That's all I'm gonna say about it. That's all.
All right.
All right. So is that it? Did everybody go? Robert, did you think of a third one yet?
No, I did not think of a third one. I mean, I got Luther. I've got what was the other one they told me about?
Last night you had Luther. We need a third.
Yeah.
Ohio
so,
players?
Heaven must be like this.
Like this, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Man,
all right, we'll put that letter together. Then we'll put that together on Spotify.
I think Robert had more invitations than recommendations in his DM, so that's why he was trying to weed through those.
Some of those songs sound like invitations, actually.
Right.
Okay, Dave, you feel like your brother right now. I'm trying to read my texts that they're sending me. So yeah. So I'm
It's like a start must always be in Winterfell. This is one of those things.
Something about you and I don't know what that means. Oh, is that?
I think that's a text, Robert.
No, I think that's a song.
That was an invitation, Robert.
That was an invitation.
Trying to tell him.
All right.
Are we done here?
I think we're done here. Sean, wrap it up.
Wrap it up. Bring us home, brother.
I was actually playing Mel's joint, that Eternal Light. That's good vibration. Yeah, that is so dope. Hey, man, I don't know what to say, man. I missed y'all. It's been 3 weeks, and we even got the birthday boy in for a little while. So I would say we're winning. It was a great show, great conversation, great energy as always. Big Dave, you represent, man. I can legitimately say we all smile when we know you're going to rock with us because we have such a good time, man. And you don't have to tell Mel that you're our favorite Roberson.
It's all right. He my favorite Roberson too.
I like that. Hey, man, everybody watch. Thank you, guys.
He's a close second.
I echo what Mel said earlier. Thank you all for letting us take a much needed break and clearing our heads and stepping away for a bit so we can come back refreshed, renewed. And we appreciate you guys continuing to rock with us, man. It's been well over a year now, and we have some really faithful people that are always with us, man. We've moved nights, and people still shifted their schedules, man, to stay and rock with us. So I just want to say thank you, Glenn.
You got something, Glenn?
Yes.
You've been drinking, so
if you saw our intro, the intro song is by Sean Mason called "You Don't Have to Be Alone." Download the song right now. It's available on iTunes.
You really ought to run that intro again, Roz. It was
you should run the intro again.
That was actually a dope intro.
Before we do the intro and the outro, let me say 2 things. The Airy Crown Theater is the second largest dedicated stage in North America. It's in the 3rd largest market in North America. And I will be playing the Airy Crown or performing at the Airy Crown on November 13th in a play called When Mars Meets Venus.
And we're going to be there.
Yep. So that's November 13th.
I know some people talking about come from out of town, Mel, to support you.
Me too, brother.
Yep.
Yeah. I better buy my ticket.
But
The
as
second
host,
thing,
better-
and Dave can attest to this, and you all have seen roasts online, celebrity roasts for their birthdays or whatever reason. My family was infamous for doing roasts. Growing up, we used to have roasts for people. So I'm like, man, you know, the pandemic is crazy. It's COVID. I'm going to have a roast for my birthday. I haven't set the date yet. So I will be accepting applications or picking lottery numbers for people that want to roast me for my birthday. It will be an
I want to be there.
Local celebrity roast, I guess. And we will, before the month of October is over, because I celebrate the entire month, even though today is the actual day, we will do a roast. And I will lottery ticket 10 people to do, a 3-minute segment roast each. And we'll do an online roast for my birthday. I'm looking forward to it. I think they're hilarious. I have a great sense of humor. I don't take anything personal.
Nah, you better tell Glenn the wrong date because he's been preparing for this.
I was thinking Sean. I was thinking Sean. Dave, I was thinking Sean. We need to, because can I go first?
I'm gonna write a damn poem. I'm gonna do an imitation of Mel. I'm gonna write a poem.
If your lottery ticket don't get picked, bro, you just don't get.
I got secrets from the cave. I roast you every time I go on there, so it's okay.
I know what you did. I got you.
As a host, man, I don't make many requests. Mel, if you can hang out in the green room when we check out. But I don't make many requests. But I am making a request tonight that the production team close us out with the intro that also highlighted my song that's on Spotify from way back in the day.
Absolutely.
That was a dope. That was dope.
Let me just say,
boy said, close it out with Sean's song.
I appreciate that. And it's only on Spotify and streaming platforms because Glenn pushed me to do it. So I really, wasn't doing it. So thank you to Glenn for doing that. It's on Spotify and Pandora and Apple Music and other outlets. So, but that's my humble request that we check out that way. Thank you all for rocking with us. We'll see you next Thursday at 9. It's been live from the cave. Thanks, Big Dave.
Let me wipe your tears when you're scared.